Hi guys, Alex here from Homeschool of Bel Air. So today I'm going to give you guys a quick little review and a peek inside of the Wordster Way word study curriculum. Stay tuned. So this is a curriculum that I featured in my video where I showed you guys my kindergarten curriculum and my first graders curriculum and what I plan on using for next year. I did have a request from one of my lovely subscribers, so I wanted to go ahead and take you guys inside of this curriculum and show you guys how we use it, what it is exactly, and just how much we love it. So one of the first things, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick little rundown as to what I have here. So I have the kindergarten level, the teacher resource guide, and the word study notebook. I also have the level A, the teacher guide, and the notebook. And I currently only have the Wordster Way word study notebook in the level B. I haven't been able to go ahead and purchase the teacher guide, but I'm going to give you guys some information on this because I went about it the wrong way when I started purchasing this curriculum. I found it through Amazon, and when I found it, I only found the word study notebooks, and I was just real interested in it because it was very hands-on. My son is definitely a kinesthetic type of learner, so that really intrigued me that it was more of a phonics spelling vocabulary, but it's very hands-on. And at the time I was really just looking for a different spelling program. I had been using All About Spelling, and that was just a little too advanced for my son. My son does struggle in reading a little bit, and this actually fits right in with his learning style. So one of the first things, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys prices on this curriculum. It is very affordable. If you go through Rainbow Resources actually sells them in the bundles, and the bundles come with the teaching resource guide, the word study notebook. It comes with a resource CD, and it also comes with the word sort envelope. And I'll go more into that in a little bit. This curriculum goes from the K level up to the E level. And if you go by grades, obviously kindergarten would be more of that kindergarten level with some kids, and I'll give you guys a peek inside. You guys can figure out what level your child falls in. If you feel like your child, by looking at my review, if you feel like your kindergartner falls in more of the A level, you can definitely start your child in the A level. So anyways, like I was saying, so Rainbow Resources has the sets, the bundle deals for $41.45. You can purchase these individually for $9.50 if you have more than one student. I purchased mine through Amazon, and I purchased everything separately. So I didn't get the envelope, and the envelope is something that you glue in the back, and the CD. But that's totally fine. I'm okay with what I have. I think going on from level B, I'm going to start buying them from Rainbow Resources, and I am going to start buying the bundles because it just makes more sense. I did feel like I saved a little bit of money by buying them through Amazon, but again, I'm not getting the resource CD, and I'm not getting the envelope. The only reason I'm probably going to have to go through Amazon, or I'm going to have to go through Rainbow Resources for the next couple of ones, is because the teacher guide for level B, for some reason, Amazon has it for like $600. And I am not about to spend $600 on a teacher guide. So I'm probably going to have to purchase a whole bundle of the level B through Rainbow Resources just to get the teacher guide. But like I said, for $41, it's a lot more reasonable than $600. And I'm going to end up getting a second copy of this, which is totally fine because I could always save it for my 5-year-old. So that is pretty much the pricing point for this curriculum. Like I said, bundle deal, $41. You get the teacher guide, the word study notebook, a little envelope to put your word sorts in, and a CD that has extra resources for you to print out. The other thing with this curriculum, there are other components that you need. I didn't find them necessary. Not only that, because this is more of a school type curriculum, you can definitely use them for homeschool, but they're a little pricier. So for instance, some of the other components are certain readers that they sell. So you have these readers, which again, I don't have, and these rhyming books, the big books of rhymes. And every level, you're supposed to have a rhyming book to go with each level of stories to go with the word sorts. So I don't have any of that. What I usually try to do is I'll try to go into my own library or my own books that I have here at home. And depending on what we're focusing on for that week, I'll try to buy books that fall under that word family or whatever it might be. So it's not something that I stress about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick little peek inside of this curriculum and tell you guys a little bit about it. Okay, so with word study, with the lower levels, for instance, like K, A, and B, your student focuses more on sorting pictures and words by word families. And for instance, in kindergarten, you also do a lot of basic concepts. As you go into some of the higher levels of elementary, you do more spelling and vocabulary. So this here is a first grade or the level A. The book that I'm actually currently working on with my 7-year-old. When it comes to word study, instead of giving your child a bunch of words to memorize each week that are completely unrelated, with word study, you're actually giving them picture sorts and word sorts centered around specific word patterns and word families. And these word sorts are actually based on spelling and phonics and basic concepts like the kindergarten one. The sorts also require your student or your child to generalize the pictures and the words and to group them with words that behave in the same way, or to pretty much how I told my son, how they rhyme. You want to always find the words that rhyme when you're sorting them. So word study is more of an alternative to the traditional spelling instruction. It is based on learning word patterns as opposed to memorizing. Okay, so the way that this curriculum works is you have picture sorts. And because this is level A, you're going to have actually word sorts and picture sorts. And basically what you do is you have your child, you have the next page where you sort it out by word family. So you have brick, sack, duck, lock. You have your child cut these pictures out and then sort them by the sound. So brick, he knows that lick would go under here, or kick would also go here. So it allows the child to see these word patterns and picture patterns. So like that, it allows them to really visualize what the words are spelt like. And they also get to see, like for instance, with these, he knows that the word ends in k, the k sound, but it's not just the C sound or the K sound, it's a CK sound. So he can really do these generalizations with these pictures and these words that are given to them. It just allows them to just kind of figure it out themselves. So the sorts, and I'll show you guys the teacher guide so I can show you guys a better explanation as to how it goes. So right now we're actually on sort number 26. I'm going to show you, 26 is already cut up for my son, but I'm showing you guys 27 so you guys can see. Okay, so wait, 26, 27. Okay, so for each lesson, it gives you a day-by-day instructions as to what to do with your picture sort. Like I said, I don't have a lot of the resources that you're supposed to use with this curriculum. A lot of it, I feel like it's for the actual teachers. I try to use as whatever I have in the house that I can use for the lessons. And usually I just go by the word family. So if it's like ak, uk, ok, I'll usually just look through my little readers, and if I can find books that have these word families, I'll pull those books out and we'll just read those books with the lessons. And I'll give you guys an example. Like for instance, here it says materials that you need for this picture sort is the Big Book of Rhymes level A. I don't have the Big Book of Rhymes level A. That book, you could actually find it on Amazon for like $45. I just didn't feel like it was necessary for me. And it tells you what story you're going to read. So Time Talk, page 53. It also tells you that you need your teacher resource CD level A. Like I said, I don't have the CD, so I don't use that. the word study notebook level A, pages 107 to 110. So that would be page 107 to 110. So it's pretty much these 2 pages here. And usually what I do with my son is I tear the pages out and I stick him inside his little folder, like this. So I have his little sorting sheet here, and then the one that he has to write in, and then the little picture sorts. After he cuts them up, we stick them inside this little container, and this is where he keeps them for the week. And all he really has to do is sort it out. So like for instance, the word Jill, will, and I have him read it out loud as he sorts them. Phil, L, bell rhymes with bell. So I always, as we do it, I tell him what it rhymes with. So like that, he's doing the pattern where the word rhymes obviously with the word, and we're focusing on the word family L, and ill and all. So L, so he knows where to put it. M, all, mall, L. And then let me show you guys the pictures. So then you have the pictures. So then with the pictures, what I have him do is I have him, again, say them out loud. So he would say ball. Well, does ball rhyme with Jill, bell, or wall? So he would know, okay, wall, ball, wall. So that goes here, so forth. So this is the way that the child would do their little spelling. And like I said, it's just sorting. And they're pretty much sorting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then finally on Friday is when they actually glue them down. So they get to really sort them out for the whole entire week. They get to really focus on these word families. And they also, I know on one of the other, when I was reading into this curriculum, they also tell you that by Thursday or Friday to time them, just to see how fast they can sort them out. And usually the child tends to enjoy it because they see it more as like an accomplishment, like, oh, I did it so fast. You know, I was able to figure out, you know, these word families. We don't do that, but it might be something that we might get into as we get into the lessons. So like I said, so there's still some other ones there, but I just wanted to show you guys. So that's how you would do it. So you would just have the child sort them out by picture and by the words. And obviously a lot of this is rhyming. So you're just basically having the child rhyme and seeing these little patterns in these words. We do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday, you do this side. And on this side, you're given your word family. So ill, L, all, and 5 letters on top. And this just allows the child to form their own 5 words using those word families. So here he would just add f, ill, fill, w, ill, will. So that's how they would do it. And they would write. And obviously they would get their spelling right because they're using their, you know, they're using their word patterns. So this is how these little activities look. And like I said, this is pretty much what this curriculum is, and it's just super fun. My son actually seriously enjoys this curriculum so much. On day 5 is when they would complete their sort. So this is where they would paste it in place. So have the child choose, or have the child turn to page 105 on the Words Your Way notebook. Encourage the children to say the name of each picture and the word. And then obviously according to the ill, L, and all word families, and then have them paste it. So by week or by day 5, that's when they would glue it down. And I'll show you guys some of his completed ones. Okay, so these are some of the completed ones that we have, just so you guys can see some of the examples. So this would be from the beginning, sort 1. And this is, like I said, from level A. So level A, I guess, would be the equivalent of like a first grade. The other thing I like about this curriculum is that some of their curriculum isn't grade-based. It's based on the child's skill. So you can figure out where you feel your son or your daughter will fall in place. And, you know, if you feel like you want to start them in the grade K, you can. If you feel like you want to start them in the level B, you can. It just depends on how you feel them out. I always like to start my kids from the beginning. Even though I didn't start them from the kindergarten, I wanted to go ahead and stick with the level A. I don't like to pressure him into doing things that might be too difficult, because then I feel like they're not enjoyable. If they're too difficult like this, I feel like he's just kind of going at his level, at his pace, and he's really enjoying it. So like I said, so for instance, this would be sort 1. And with the beginning ones, you just have beginning consonants. And you're given a few letters, B, M, R, and S, and then he would have to sort them out by beginning consonant sound. Yeah, but the beginning ones, instead of writing how he has to now, where he has to write the words, at the beginning, he really just had to draw pictures. 2 pictures that have the same beginning sound of the letter given. So ball, he drew a boy and a ball. And then mop and a mouse. Robot and a rip. So he drew a ripped paper. So forth. So this is the way that they were in the beginning. So like I said, my son really enjoyed this curriculum. He gets into, at the beginning where he was doing the drawings, he was really into that. He really loved that. I think even with the more recent ones where he has to actually write the words, he's okay with it because he has a pretty good understanding by Friday how to spell the words. He has no trouble really. So he really does enjoy this curriculum quite a bit. So like I said, this is the book A. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little peek inside of it and how they look. This is the one that we're going to be starting next week. But I wanted to show you guys a quick peek inside level K so you guys can see that one. So the kindergarten level starts pretty basic. It starts with concept sorting. So you have shapes. And what I like about this is they don't use very many words. They use a lot more pictures for the sorts. So here you have concept sorting again, food, clothes, and toys. And you would do the same thing. You would have your child do work on one sort for the whole entire week. So you pretty much, like I said, you do some of your sorts just using rhyming. So I feel like it's pretty age appropriate for kindergarten. My son usually, he's pretty good about figuring out rhyming words. So I think he's gonna have a good time with this curriculum. Okay, so once you get to about, what is it, sort number 8, I think? Yeah, sort 8 is where you start doing a little bit of letter recognition. So you have different fonts, different size letters. You have lowercase, uppercase, and it's A, B, and T. So then you would have your little sorting mat, A, B, and T, so they would have to sort the letters. And then on Thursday, obviously the child would have to write the words, or write the letters, and then again on Friday they would have to glue them. So it's kind of the same little concept. So letter recognition, and letter recognition you do for a few weeks. And by sort 17, which, like I said, if you do it by weeks, this would be week 17, you would have your beginning sounds. So beginning sounds, you would start with B and M, and then you would have your little beginning sound mat. So you have B for bear, M for mouse, and the child would sort their little pictures. Let me see if you get into, yeah, I don't think you get into much writing or spelling in the kindergarten level as far as this curriculum goes. I think most of the writing, oh, I guess so. Okay, so you start, let me see what lesson that would be. So by sort number 33, or week 33, so it's going to be pretty much the end of kindergarten, is where you actually start to do the short vowel sounds and CVC words. So here you would sort your pictures, and then on that Thursday, you would have to add either your short A or your short I. So you would start actually spelling. So yeah, so I mean, I feel like this curriculum is super hands-on. And most of these books are 36 weeks. So it pretty much completes a full school year if you're doing 36 weeks in your school year. So yeah, so that's a kindergarten level. So here's level B. We haven't started level B yet. Me and my 7-year-old are still working on level A, obviously. So, but I wanted to give you guys a quick peek inside of level B so you guys can see if you have a first grader or second grader that can possibly start this one. So I'll give you a peek into the contents first. So as you can see, level B pretty much starts off with long vowels and CVVC words. So as you can see the difficulty of some of the words. So it pretty much looks the same exact way as the other ones do. You start with picture sorting. Only with this one, you're actually blending right off the bat. You start to blend. You also start to actually write and form words of whatever they tell you to draw. So there's the first sort. Then you have the second one, so it's kind of the same thing. You're sorting by consonant digraphs with this one. And I know with this one, I think they're pretty early on. You actually don't get the pictures anymore. Well, it seems like by sort 9, it's where you actually don't get pictures anymore. You just get words. So now you have to sort them by final K sound. So you have the different combinations, the CK, the KE, and the K. So there you really start to see the patterns in the words as you sort them. So yeah, so this is level B. You do comparisons with the short and the long vowels. And you go into the hard C sound, the soft C, the hard G, and the soft G later into the school year. So that one would be like sort number 35. Like I said, if it's something where you have a 6-year-old, maybe in first grade, that you feel can possibly do level B, you can totally do that. So the way that I set up this curriculum in my son's work boxes is they each have their color-coded file folder. They do have their word study notebook inside their workbox, but what I like to do is I like to tear the page out for them ahead of time. So what I simply do is I go ahead and this would be the sort number 27. I just rip it out on Sunday night and I stick the 2 pages that we're going to be working on. And obviously one of the pages is going to be the picture and word sorts. And the next one would be the sorting mats with the back spelling word sheet. So all I really do is I stick this inside his little folder. And on Monday, what he does is he knows to cut these out. And that is what this is for. So he puts all his little words in here. And then he can begin his sort. So yeah, so I put a little clip on top just to kind of hold the little sort in place. So as he's sorting, this page is not moving around. So yeah, so this is the way that I set it up for them for the week. And this is how I intend on doing it for my 5-year-old as well. I figure as we go, I'm just going to cut out or tear out the 2 pages that we're going to be working on for that week and simply stick them in here. And then he too has his little container for his little word sorts. And then he'll just know to stick them in here and put them inside his work box for the whole entire week. So this is the way that I set it up inside their work boxes. So with that being said, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Please let me know if you guys have any questions on anything or comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And thanks for watching.